I know. Shock horror.
Marcus Carlson with The Business, as ever. Thank you, sir, very much indeed. Let's turn now to Media Watch. Helen Moyden joins us for that. Where are you starting?
We're going to start in southern China, down in a town called Maoming, which is a city in the south, close to Guangzhou. And there were protests which broke out there this weekend. They broke out because over 1,000 people were demonstrating in the city in front of the Communist Party buildings because they objected to this proposed plan for a chemical plant manufacturing the chemical PX to be built in the city.
What on earth is PX, Helen?
PX is one of these plastics that's used for plastic bottles.
Okay.
And of course we use a lot of these plastics, and so this is obviously something to provide a boost for the economy in that area to contribute to growth. And certainly they wanted this chemical plant, and the locals in the area did not. Now the protest turned violent, and of course we hear about this kind of news in China more through social media than mainstream media. We've been seeing some very disturbing images online, certainly over the weekend. At the beginning of this week, images of blooded bodies, tanks rolling through the streets, tear gas and a very heavy police presence. But of course the censors in China are very aware of the fact that these not in my backyard protests can quickly turn violent and then spread to provoke a conversation on the national stage. So in order to combat that, of course, they do have the censors who get to work, and they do so very, very quickly. Now, this media offensive was exceptionally it was very effective. The posts that we're showing you here are courtesy of Free Weibo, which restores deleted Weibo posts. That, of course, is the Chinese equivalent of Twitter. And
so when you say deleted, this is deleted by the Chinese government?
Deleted by the government, deleted by the censors. Now, the Free Weibo site, they basically monitor these Weibo, and any posts that get lifted, they try and publish them on this mirrored site so that people still have access to them. And we can see that today, I'm hovering my mouse over this character here. These show the hot topics that are trending, and that is Maoming, the town, of course, where these protests were taking place. And the tweets which were deleted, or the posts which were deleted, are certainly from they're from people who were there, showing photos of what was happening, witness accounts of what was going on. Now, this heavy-handed censorship has backfired, surprisingly, because we're now seeing a reversal in that there's virtually nothing being talked about on social media, but we're starting to see it in the national press. The protests have, of course, spread. This photo I'm showing you here is from Guangzhou, of course, the capital of that state down in the south. And it's getting coverage in the national media. Xinhua is talking about it. They're the state news agency. And, of course, the People's Daily have got it covered on there. I think on page 4, they're denying the rumours that 15 people were killed and 300 injured, which, of course, when the People's Daily says something, most people tend to believe it's true. So it is getting more of a national presence. It has started to backfire, and the government have now said that they will shelve these plans for the plant if people don't agree with them. So trying to paint this as kind of a victory for people power, but at the same time, people in China are saying this isn't just a critique of the plant itself. It's more a protest against the arrogant attitude of the local government pushing this plan through with no consultation and no transparency.
And of course, getting that message across, in spite of the census, in spite of the fact that their ability to post things have been suppressed in many ways, getting through that but by technological means and just a little bit of savvy, really. It's interesting stuff, and obviously a strange way to have to get your message across. Yep. Anything else from that part of the world?
We do indeed. This story has been a bit of a slow burner. We were hearing rumblings about this corruption scandal last summer, and then in October there were reports, unconfirmed, that Zhou Yongkang was under house arrest. Now, this is Zhou Yongkang. He is what's been billed as the biggest sort of victim of Xi Jinping's new purge. He was, up until 2012, one of China's most powerful men. He was a member of the Standing Committee of the Politburo. That's as high up as you can get. And he was in charge of domestic security. Now, this is a portfolio that has a budget greater than that of the military of the largest army in the world. So this is a significant post. He was a former oil baron as well. Very, very influential, very powerful man. And he is now reportedly or rumoured to be part of a takedown by Xi Jinping's new anti-corruption drive. Now, this is big news. It's the equivalent of Barack Obama coming in and within a year of taking office, suddenly quietly arresting Dick Cheney or Al Gore, and then his family and then his friends, and then seizing their assets. Now, over the past 4 months, over 300 people have been detained. Assets of over 10 billion have been seized, and it just keeps rolling and keep rolling. And in the New Yorker, we have this fantastic piece by Evan Osnos, which is explaining why this is significant, what is happening, and why this is such a big gamble for President Xi Jinping. Because by highlighting this grotesque level of corruption, he is essentially risking infuriating the public more, to an extent where they could potentially overthrow the party and the system that Xi Jinping is trying to restore the credibility in.
2 opening stories of many layers there, Hala.
Yep.
Let's finish with something from the Twitter sphere, perhaps.
Let's finish with something light-hearted. This is, of course, Paris Saint-Germain beating Chelsea. It's an epic battle, one that took place on Twitter even before they kicked off. We were seeing a series of backwards and forwards tweets between the two. It got to this stage where it was, Paris, can you do this? And then we went down towards seeing David Beckham saying, oh, yes, well, we can do this. Eventually, of course, they did win, and Paris Saint-Germain topped off that Twitter battle with a tweet here saying, dear Chelsea fans, for better Parisian souvenirs, better try Montmartre.
Hala Meriden, thank you very much indeed, Hala, with Media Watch there. And of course, a final message for Chelsea fans everywhere. We take a short break. After that, we return with another World News Update and, of course, our Eye on Africa. Stay with us live from Paris.